So let's see what is economics. It is about study of production, consumption, and distribution of goods and services. So it is about optimal resource allocation. So economic is concerned with optimal allocation of the scarce resources for maximizing welfare of the people. So the two branches of economics are microeconomics and macroeconomics. It's about behavior of individual economics. It's about study of economic system as a whole. So this side we have income of a person. This side we have national income. Here we have output of firms. Here we have GDP. Here we have price of the product. Here we have price level or inflation. Adam Smith is the father of economics. He wrote the book Wealth of Nations in 1776. So according to him, economics is the science of wealth, but the science is social science. Therefore, the definitions won't be watertight. For example, a free trade agreement is not completely free, and the wealth he's talking about is about goods and services. Next, the first topic is about economic growth and development, and there are four topics: basic concepts, indicators, and factors affecting economic development and developmental goals, which are SDGs. So the first, let's see, basic concepts. First, what is economic growth? It is the process of increase of production of goods and services over a long period of time. So it refers to persistent increase in real GDP or real per capita income. So real, this is nominal and this is real. Just look at this table. And next we have the economic development. It is the process of economic growth which is accompanied by well-being of people. So here only economic growth, here well-being of people also must be there. Therefore it's about progressive changes in social economic structure of an economy. And when comparing this only about the production increase, it's about production increase and also increase in well-being. It is unidimensional, it is multidimensional, it is quantitative, it is qualitative. It is just a means, it is an end in itself. It can be achieved without economic development, but economic development is difficult without economic growth. Indicators are GDP and per capita income. Here we have HDI and gross happiness index. Next we have inclusive growth. It is a process and outcome where all groups of people, they have participated in the group organization growth and benefited equally. That is, understand the difference between economic development and inclusive growth. Economic development is outcome only, that is welfare of the people. Inclusive growth, process plus outcome, that is people should also participate. Therefore, for example, redistributive measures like subsidies and welfare payments will lead to welfare of the people. So it will lead to economic development, but it won't lead to inclusive growth because people are not participating. Therefore, for inclusive growth, we must focus on employment, which is focusing on employment generation and employability. So some other components are, most important component is, as I said, employment generation. Other components are reducing poverty, equal opportunity, women empowerment, good governance, access to basic amenities, and skill development. Next we have human development. According to UNDP, it is process of widening people's choices and well-being increase. Therefore, economic development can be seen as human development in a broader context of an economy. For example, HDF country talks about economic development, whereas human development is a microeconomic level. Next we have human resource development or human capital formation. This is basically enhancing productive capital of potential of the humans. Therefore this concept is narrower than human development because this treats humans as products. So comparing standard of living and quality of life, we have, this is access to material things. This is about increasing well-being. The measure is per capita income. So it's only unidimensional with economic dimension only. Here we have psychological health, social dimensions, etc. So we have four types of capitals, which are economic, human, social, and natural. Economic capitals are like machinery, factory. Human capital is like quality and quantity of labor force. Social capital is about mutual trust, cooperation, coordination. Natural capital is related to environmental resources. Next we have sustainable development. It is a process of development which can be sustained in the future. So UNWCED, which is UN World Commission on Environment and Development, also called as Brundtland Commission. So it defines this as sustainable development as development which can meet the needs of present without compromising ability of future generations to meet the needs. So it talks about intergenerational equity and carrying capacity, which is capacity of environment to observe the adverse impacts of the human activity. So we have three dimensions: environment, social, and economic. This is a sustainable development, so all dimensions must be in balance. So features like GDP, social welfare, environment conservation must be taken care of. Some of the indicators are green GDP. It is GDP minus the environmental cost, and this is genuine savings, which are gross savings minus depreciation in human capital, depreciation in natural capital. So these two are mainly theoretical, and ways to measure them are very difficult and arrived at different measures by different countries. Some threats to sustainable development, which are depletion of resources, both renewable and non-renewable, degradation of environment like pollution, soil erosion, deforestation, loss of biodiversity like species in IUCN Red List. Some measures to increase sustainable development. First, we have product subsidies, but this leads to overconsumption. For example, urea, and now this is being replaced by DBT. For example, LPGs, which are cash transfers. Next, we have poverty elimination, social justice, environmental degradation, market link approaches like pollution taxes, environmental friendly tech being promoted like EVs and solar panels, cautious use of non-renewable resources, improving tech by reducing consumption and increasing and pollution decrease. And we have renewable resources within the limits of replenishment by the environment, circular economy, which is recycling. Next we have agriculture. We have to follow organic farming and zero budget natural farming. People participation must be increased, so therefore local self government initiatives must be strengthened, for example Gobardhan Yojana, and also international coordination, for example sustainable development goals.